Hi everyone, Craig from Project Customs in Leeds. We are the Yorkshire's McLaren-approved body shop. We are tackling the 720S to the left of us this time round. You can see we've got a couple more behind us. It's not the only cars we touch on, we will work on anything, but we are approved for McLaren and we take a lot of pride in that. This particular car has been painted somewhere else. It was originally silica white, it's had some kind of flip job done on it. Job on the whole is not bad, but unfortunately there's some adhesion issues due to preparation from the previous shop, which we're going to have to tackle head on, unfortunately. But in the process of that, we get to choose a special colour which the customer hasn't given us yet, but we will be using the colour that he chooses to basically make this look a little bit special. It's not really a difficult job. The hardest part is to sort out the previous repair, but we won't touch too much on that. And then basically what you'll see is the full start to finish of what we do with a McLaren. Our repair techniques have worked time and time again for the last 4 years with excellent results. We have an awesome reputation because of it. So whatever's wrong with this car will not be wrong with it when we're finished with it. The colour, the customer's choosing it. I'm hoping it's going to be special. I'm sure it will, judging by what's already on it. And we'll strip it down, we'll prep paint and polish it, and we'll put it back together, and it'll go for PPF using our special counterparts who work with us every day, and then we'll bring it back here for the finished result. So we'll touch base with you through the rest of the video. Okay, so as you can see, we've stripped the 720S, just the spoiler to take off now. As you've probably noticed, and you've probably never seen before, you don't get much opportunity to see a car of this calibre stripped to the bare bones. But as you can see, it's pretty much a carbon tub, aluminium chassis legs, and then just surrounded by bolt-on panels, which makes them quite easy to work on, but also makes them very light. So that's the benefit of the McLarens. Awesome piece of engineering. So now the lads will continue with the panels, stripping off the PPF of the panels that we haven't taken off yet, and then get prepping for paint. We've got a lot of prep to do because we need to make sure that we get through all this original paint, so that's going to take some time, but the preparation is the key with paint anyway, so we spend a lot of time with that, make sure we get it where we want it, and we'll get some high build primer on it just to get a good sealer down on it, and then we should be ready for paint. So we'll, if you stay tuned, we'll keep you posted on that. At the start of a new day, we decided to Nitromors the original paint that was on there. Reason being is we weren't confident that anything we would apply over it would adhere, or we've got to rely on the paint underneath to adhere, so to speak. The reason for the Nitromorsing is just to get it back where we were comfortable to paint back over and start all over again. We didn't include this process for the simple fact that it's messy, it's not really nice, it's dangerous. Didn't really want people around me while we're throwing Nitromors around. Just wanted to cut to the chase with it, get it done, get it where we wanted it, so that we can just crack on with the nice part, which is the painting. That's the bit that we really want to show in this video. So we have missed it for that reason, but if you really wanted to see it, you can Google it, it's everywhere. So it's not a nice process, but this is where we needed to be. We're ready to relay down the substrate and basically work from there. We're probably going to high build them just to make sure we get a nice flat finish, and then we'll prep them up rather than just wetting them and hoping that it just looks all right, rather just spend a little bit more time on them. So that's the process, and that's where we'll be going next. So the colour was originally that it's gone for is MSO Napier Green, which is a 3-stage pearl consisting of a ground coat in green, a nice pearl coat, and then finished with 2 coats of clear. Straightforward process really, lovely colour, pops really nice in the sun, but also a very vibrant green as well. Contrasting with that, you may notice this random piece of carbon fibre here. This is not from the customer's car, this is just one I've got to test on. And I do this to basically get where I want to be before I risk thousands of pounds worth of carbon fibre by putting a tinted colour on it.
So what we want is a tinted green carbon fibre effect, which we've tried a couple of different options. The Napier green just covers too much in the ground coat, so you essentially cover the weave. You'll always still see the weave, but it won't be how we want it. The pearl coat that goes on top of it, too thin, so essentially does nothing. So we've decided to use a totally different green, and we're just going to give it one full coat, because what we really want is a green tinge with that carbon fibre weave shining through, and then when we clear coat it, that'll give us the effect we need. But we've got one shot at it, which is why I've got this here, because if we get it wrong, we're buying loads of carbon at thousands of pounds, so that's not an option. So we'll catch up on this shortly, see what we do. I'm not going to disclose the colour, because that's up to me. I've done the groundwork, so you can find out yourself on that one. But as far as any other colour that we use today, or throughout the process, I'll be more than happy to share with you. But these little tricks are mine. So yeah, follow us through. So we're loading up now with the colour of choice for the carbon fibre. I'm just going to give it a go, see if it works. It's one of them, it's trial and error at this stage. If it don't work, we wipe it off and we choose another colour. But I think this will get us where we want it. So if you want to follow us through to the booth, we'll take it from there. So as you can see, it's doing exactly what we don't want it to do, which is covering the carbon fibre. Remember I said you can still see the weave. If you can get it in an angle, you'll always see the weave. We'll dry it off anyway and see if it becomes more transparent. If that's not the case, then we'll choose something else that I've got. We'll decide from there. So as you can see, we wiped it off, didn't have the desired effect that we were looking for. It was a test. Nobody said it was going to work. We didn't think it would or it wouldn't. It's just a test. It would have been nice to use that colour because it's very vibrant and it would have gone very nice with the Napier green. But I think what we're going to do is we're just going to make something ourselves using some transparent tinters on the Sikkens scheme. Everything that Sikkens, whether it be Autowave or Class 49, whichever you get from Axon or Bell themselves, is all warranty approved from McLaren anyway. So whatever we use on this scheme will come with our 2-year warranty as normal. So we may as well play around, see what we can make, and if we can make something look good, then we'll use it. So as you can see, second time round we got exactly what we wanted out of it. The product we wanted to use would have been much simpler, but we've created a formula. It's not groundbreaking, but it works. So as you can see, as you look down to the original carbon and back into the carbon we've painted, I've flicked it away purposely so you can see the transition. That's exactly what we're going for. So I think from here, yeah, we'll crack on. Let's get some painting done. Right, so we're happy with what we've done with carbon fibre, so we're going to skip that now. We'll come back to that later. We need to get some paint on these panels because we're going to start running out of time otherwise. So although we have etch primed the panels that we've stripped, we're going to give them another coat of etch primer anyway before we high build them, just for the simple fact that we just want to make sure that they're fully protected. That's the wash primer there, which is your etch primer, and that will basically just be one full coat, and we'll let that dry on its own accord for 20 minutes, and then we'll mix up some high-build primer. So as you can see, we've just hit that with etch primer. Probably noticed there isn't the full car in the booth, can't get everything in one go. We'll have a couple of visits on this, so we're just going to show you it step by step without having the full car and the full process. Otherwise it's just going to be a long video. But for the minute, we've etch primed the bits we needed to. We're going to high build the rest of it, And the reason we're going to high build them is so we can sand them down again, so we don't want any dirt nibs in the primer that could potentially stand through the ground coat and the pearl coat. So to reduce any kind of imperfections, I'd rather high build it. For the sake of sanding it down again, it's one extra process. Just makes a nicer job. So next time we're going, I'll mix some high build primer now. Next time you see us in there, we'll just lay down a few coats of that so we can sand it all down again this afternoon. And yeah, that's pretty much where we're at for now. See you in the booth. So as you can see, everything's now high build primed. The lads are now going to be flattening them off, making sure we're happy with the finished product before we consider taking the booth to paint. Still a few bits to strip on the car itself. We haven't decided which way we're going to do that yet, but we'll work it out and it'll be added in due course. But for now, it's just a matter of prepping, getting them in the booth, getting them painted, and just getting them ready to start building the car up. The day's passing on, we're running out of time, so we're going to have to get cracking. So there'll be less talk, more action now from here on, and we'll catch up with you later on in the build. So as you can see, everything's been painted, all ready to go back on the car. Obviously you can see there's a lot of panels we've had to paint. There's probably some parts that have been missed out of the video due to the fact that we're just that much to do. You can get a bit relentless going over the same things. Seen one panel painted, you've seen them all. So really, we're going to cut to the chase on it now. So we need to get this built up so we can get it over for PPF, so time's not on our side anymore. But the lads are going to start building that up now. By the end of today, hopefully, we should have a full car for you to look at, but we'll see on that one. Stay tuned.
So as you can see, it's all complete. Team have done a great job putting it back together. These things are not easy to work on. They don't go together as easily as the strip, so I'm sure you can imagine things need to be a little bit more precise. So the only thing we've got to do now is send it over for PPF. Full car's getting PPF, front to back, everything, in order to protect that nice shiny paint that we've got. Company of choice is AK Tints. We've worked with them for a while now, for well, a good 5 years. They'll take it from here, then we'll get it back, we'll bob the badges on, give it a clean, and then we'll take it for a spin on the road and make sure we ain't got any wind noise. And if all's good, we'll come back, take some photos, and that's job complete. So we'll see you on the road. The car's back from PPF. Last thing to do now is to go for a spin and get this thing on the road where it should be in its natural born habitat with its new Napier green livery. Obviously, it's been a big job, not going to lie. It's taken us a couple of weeks to do this really. Don't look like it on the video, but yeah, a couple of weeks. Hard work, but worth it when you see the end result. So just a shout out to a few people we work with, so AK Tints, done all the PPF, platinum wheels as well. They've done all the wheels for us. New valves, nicely powder coated gloss black, so nice and fresh. So if you ever need us, obviously we are McLaren approved, but it's not the only brand that we deal with. We deal with anyone, from a Fiesta to a Lamborghini to obviously a McLaren. Get in touch, can help you. Won't tell you we're the cheapest, but I can tell you it'll look like this when it's done. So give us a call. See if we can help you with pride and joy.